Dan, thank you very much.
Now, Windrush campaigners in the Midlands are calling on the Home Secretary, James Cleverly, to reconsider fully implementing all of the 30 recommendations made by an independent review into the scandal. The review, called Windrush Lessons Learned, was published in 2020, and all of the recommendations were originally accepted by the then Home Secretary, Priti Patel.
However, in January last year, Mr Cleverly's predecessor, Suella Braverman, dropped 3 of the recommendations. Well, for more on this, we can cross live to our political correspondent, Alison McKenzie. And Alison, the campaigners are clearly not giving up, and their fight for justice continues.
It certainly does continue. This is a story that affected so many people across the Midlands. Remember the Windrush scandal back in 2018? Well, it was British citizens who'd come over in the 50s and 60s from the Caribbean to work in the health service, drive the buses, to contribute to the Midlands society. They were welcomed. They were legally here. They were British citizens. But then that hostile environment, remember that? And the then government was putting them into detention centres, threatening them to be sent back. Some were sent back to the Caribbean, completely out of order. Amber Rudd, the then Home Secretary, had to resign, and then there was this big inquiry, the Windrush Lessons Learned review, 30 recommendations. It was all going to be put right, wasn't it? And then these 3 key recommendations ditched by Suella Braverman. She ditched a commitment to establish a Migrants Commissioner, a figurehead. She ditched a plan to give powers for the Chief Inspector of Borders and Immigration, and she also ditched the promise to hold reconciliation events. Why did she do that? There's going to be a legal challenge to it, and campaigners in the Midlands saying stop, think again, Mr Cleverly, and bring back these recommendations. We spoke to Patrick Vernon.
6 years ago, that's how the public knew about the Windrush scandal. 6 years on, some of the key issues have not been resolved around people's status, the compensation scheme's not working, and more importantly, there's an all-time low and lack of confidence and trust of the Windrush generation in terms of the Home Office. One way of doing that is to implement those recommendations, review the compensation scheme, and more importantly, to actually listen to the victims and their experiences.
A simple ask after what was described as a national scandal. So why isn't it happening, say the campaigners? I spoke to the Home Office today, I put it to them, and this was their reply. They say our determination to right the wrongs of the Windrush scandal remains as strong as ever. They have spent £75 million on compensation, but on that call to reinstate those 3 key recommendations, they say it would be inappropriate for us to comment and make any further comment as ongoing legal proceedings are happening. So no moves yet. There is that legal challenge to it. The campaigners say they are worth it. The Windrush generation needs recompense, but the fight goes on tonight.
Alison, thank you very much.